Hello, welcome back. This is video 3 for Training for Trainers, T4T. This answers the question, who do I say or who do I tell to? The T4T training suggests listing 20 to 30 individuals that you know. However, I have substituted the list with the oikos mapping to make it more visual. The biblical rationale behind this session is God's sovereignty to save people and humanity's responsibility to share the gospel message as well as to respond to the gospel message. Under God's sovereignty, it starts with humans' responsibility to accept the gift of God, which is God's salvation plan for the world through His Son Jesus. It is organically morphs into personal and individual responses to the gospel message by which a person engages in the lifelong disciple-making process. Please take the following 3 steps to answer the who question. Step number 1 is oikos mapping. In this context, oikos in Greek is used for the family and the household relationships. In 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 2 says, "And what you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses entrust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also." Here Paul is teaching Timothy to multiply, reproduce. What he has heard, learned from Paul, he has to reproduce it. Also in John chapter 17 verse 20, Jesus said, "I do not ask for these only," talking about his immediate disciples, "but also for those who will believe in me through their word." That is you and I and many, many, many more people between the immediate disciples and us and those who yet to be discipled. Jesus prayed for his disciples, us, and those who come to know Jesus through our witness. And Jesus sets a model for us in how to engage in witnessing and disciple making. He prayed and asked God the Father to multiply disciples because it's God who multiplies. Now please take a sheet of paper and draw a bubble in the middle and put your name in it, just like the way the screen is showing you right now. Now, you draw connected bubbles around yours. You should try to map everyone in your family or circle of relationships who need to know Jesus. Then draw the secondary relationships and connect them to the people you know. And finally, draw an empty bubble at the end of every stream of relationships to engage continued prayer and sharing through generations. The number of people should be approximately between 20 and 30. The second step is human collaboration with God through prayer. And we find this in Colossians chapter 4 verses 2 through 4. It says, "Continue steadfastly in prayer, being watchful in it with thanksgiving. At the same time pray also for us," Paul writes, "that God may open to us a door for the word to declare the mystery of Christ, on account of which I am in prison, that I may make it clear which is how I ought to speak." The third step is place your hand on the oikos map. Ask, invite the Holy Spirit to reveal which 5 persons God the Holy Spirit wants you to tell your story to this week. Circle the names of those 5 people, just like the way it is shown on the screen now. In doing so, You acknowledge your responsibility as a human to win your family and friends for the Lord in the biblical pattern. You are responsible to obey the Bible rather than man. Also, by praying, you acknowledge God's sovereignty over the souls that will respond to the gospel. By the power of the Holy Spirit, God places the names on your hearts that you need to circle. By inviting God into this process, you put the Holy Spirit in charge of directing your next steps rather than you or any other man. Thank you.